Well, I didn't really want to take a break. It just happened because I wanted to play. I just couldn't find any team to play on, pretty much. I almost played for some teams. It just didn't happen. I just didn't have options, pretty much. So I decided to just take a break. And once you don't get on a team for the first tour, it's really hard to get on a team until like the later towards the year.
As we take our spots around the runes. See if
I guess the only normal one is like I almost joined Alliance with Lelis, but it didn't end up happening.
3 down before White Album.
Down low bottom and Leslau. Easy for him as he was able.
That was the whole reason why like I kind of split off from Quincy Crew in the first place. Like I wanted to play on a European team. You know, I got an offer from them. I wanted to think it over, and then the next day they decided they wanted to play with someone else. So it just didn't happen. So after that, I was like, damn, there's not really any options. I guess like I almost made a team with Ace and Tofu too. That didn't really work out either, but it worked out for them. You know, they're on a really good team now. So I mean, to be honest, I think having a break ended up being good for me because I think I needed like a mental reset. I needed a break. I think it was good.
Be careful. Chase down, and with the right clicks coming through, they're gonna find that.
I actually didn't play that much Dota. I mean, I did stand in for like EG and stuff, and like Quincy for a bit. But other than that, I didn't really grind that much Dota because after TI, I was very burnt out, and so I was like, I thought to myself, I need to just chill for a bit. After one point, I even thought about like, do I want to keep playing Dota? Is this going to be a thing still? I was pretty much I was getting into the depressed mindset, you know. I was wondering if this was the end for me. I was thinking, you know, worst case I have to like go to school or something. So I really thought it over. I was really thinking things out. So I just decided not to do anything at all. I was just chilling, enjoying life, spending time with friends and stuff.
Once more.
And the rune is up top instead, but the pullback is there, trying to find a kill. White
I mean, I don't. I don't. It is worst case, you know. If this doesn't work out, I go to school, but I don't. I think I still have potential in Dota.
That is a bold move right there. And the glimpse pulls back stolen, and MSS.
I think one of the big ones we kind of lost our identity in a sense. Like we were very confused as a team and kind of lost because during our boot camp we were trying to like fix, you know, some problems that we had with our mid game, and that kind of you know fucked with our other other parts of our gameplay. It's just one of those things where when you try to practice on one aspect of yourself, you get worse at the others. And it was just a really weird timing in our team, so we kind of just looked really bad. And I also think individually our mindset and like worth ethic wasn't very good going into TI, especially for me. Like my worth ethic and like mindset was really bad going to TI. As a result, I played pretty bad in my opinion, and as a team we played pretty bad.
Block at the 14-minute mark. So very nicely done by Aster, and now smoking a break.
No. When I started for EG, I didn't go in with like expectations that I was going to replace Nightfall or anything, or you know, like if Nightfall didn't work out, that I would replace him. I think there's like no point in getting my hopes up like that, and like I wasn't even an offlane player, so I didn't really have those thoughts. It was mostly I just wanted to play. I wanted to just because I was getting really bored, so standing in for them was pretty fun.
Down low, the stun is there. Static Storm, is it enough? A couple more hits and they find it. Yule Scepter afterward.
I mean, it's hard to say anything without being biased, but I mean, when I initially saw the roster, I thought it was a downgrade overall. They still won. They still won the first tour, which was surprising. I thought TSM would have been first, and EG was a wild card. Like I had no idea what they would be. I mean, I guess I stood in for them, you know. So, but yeah, their playstyle was similar, but in my opinion, they were a bit disorganized as a team. They didn't seem like they were on the same page on a lot of things, and they were a bit slower. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
Away, but they're going to get another kill, this time onto LOA. And just
No, I did not have any offers. This was pretty much the only offer I got. Yeah, there's not many available teams out there, to be honest. And I think at this point I didn't really want to play in Europe or in any other region. So, if I were to play at NA, there's only one team I would want to play on, and that's Quincy Crew. But yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of happened naturally. I even stood in for them, the second tour. It wasn't like we didn't have any bad blood. Like we didn't like have any beef, so it was pretty easy to get back in there. They kicked our supports. They asked me. We kind of talked, between me and Yara Quinn, and it kind of just happened. I don't think it's awkward. I don't think it's awkward or anything, or it's like, it feels weird going back to the team. Like I think it's fine.
And with no buyback, there's no chance for Leslie to get back into this fight, but they're going to take it nonetheless. Shadow step in.
Oh, I'm very excited to play with Fata. I played with him before, like a few years ago, so I know what he brings to a team. He's a very good leader, and he's very knowledgeable. Like I would put him up there in the ranks with like Puppey and Kuroky in terms of like Dota knowledge. So I'm very excited to play with him. I think hopefully he can guide us four because we're not as experienced as him. So hopefully he can guide us and lead us to the path of like victory and success. Fata is the captain. He's gonna draft and he's gonna captain.
Gonna be found and gonna be killed off. Just farming in the jungle.
I mean, yeah, that's just everyone has their opinion. I mean, hopefully we can get top 2 at least. I don't think we're gonna have any crazy expectations. Like we're a new team. Like even though we've played together, before, like technically we are a new team right now, so we shouldn't have any expectations or anything. We're just gonna play. We're gonna have fun, and top qualifying for the next major. That's a goal. Qualifying for TI. That's the main goal. That's all we care about right now. We're just gonna take it slowly.
The team's coming though.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, look at the wards that he's got around him. He felt like he was safe. He felt like this was
I
just
think everyone on this team is pretty much going in expecting to play the qualifiers. I think that's just the reality. Like, there's a very small chance that we qualify through points somehow. That would be great. We qualify to the major and we get like top 3 somehow or top 6. I don't know what is required, but that would be great if that happens. But like I said, I don't think there's any reason to have any expectations like that. We're a new team, and we're gonna just take it slowly. We're probably gonna play qualifiers. I think we're confident that we're gonna beat any team that we have to play in the qualifiers. So I'm not worried.
That could work here. They used everything on this last round. LOA walking away, but going to fall.
I mean, it sucks. It's horrible. I mean, that's that's pretty much the big reason why like I got pretty demotivated going into TI10. Like I was very demotivated playing playing all these tournaments in the previous season. During pretty much when COVID was like at the peak, and Quincy Crew was just playing all these tournaments without a sponsor. Playing for these tournaments that were like was very minimal prize pools, like barely making money, and TI was canceled that year, so it was very like sad. And we're just playing for pretty much the next TI and just getting better as a team. But after a while, it does get pretty sad. Even now, like I mean, now I'm pretty fresh. My mindset is pretty good. I can probably do it for this TI and not feel that bad. But honestly, I don't care about the salary at this point. I just want to be able to boot camp with the team, because I think being able to boot camp and like be together for the qualifiers like helps with improving as a team like crazy. And I think TSM has shown that. Like you can see how much they've improved ever since they got sponsored. Because they've been able to like meet up together and bond and like work together. When you're next to someone, it is way easier to improve when you're just, as opposed to being online and just talking to them like on Discord. It is way different.
Alone, very low HP, and White Album now turning on to LOA. There's the lift up. Leslau wants to find a kill, turning now on to White.
I mean, looking back, I think we were kind of. I mean, this is like really, really far back though. Like, we were kind of stupid. Like, we probably should have taken like the first thing we could have gotten, but you know, within reasonable range. But in my opinion, I don't think we were like like expecting a lot or like demanding a very high salary. Like, I feel like that's what a lot of people assume. That's why we're not sponsored yet. Like, we're just asking for like crazy amounts of salary. We really aren't. It's just no one is just willing to. Like, there's a very few amount of people willing to invest. It's really hard. There's just a very small amount of orgs willing to do this.
They were ready. Big play.
Now that's a Dota classic.
Yeah.
They pause, you run at them.
I mean, that might be one factor. I mean, investing in Dota is just already just, you're gonna lose money if you if you invest in Dotas. So, and especially when you invest in an NA team, you're taking a big risk pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just have to, hopefully we find an org that's willing to take the risk, because I feel like we can definitely, prove people wrong and, have some nice top placements if we just have the like facilities and like the resources to work together as a team and improve. But yeah, until then, we're just gonna have to keep doing it like we have for the past 3 years.
And press the attack. They have a window. White Album jumps now onto the Rubik, able to get the silence and the kill.
I mean, hopefully it helps. I think one thing it might do is it shows that like if you sponsor, if you sponsor one of these teams, they might actually perform, because the difference between like TSM before they got sponsored and after they got sponsored is like night and day. They got way better after they got sponsored. So hopefully, them getting second place, shows these orgs like, hey, maybe makes them think like maybe we should invest in these guys. Maybe we should sponsor Quincy Crew. Or like not even just us. Maybe like any of these other up and coming NA teams.
This one. Have Aster gone in a bit too deep? They need to commit now because they've already lost those other racks on the other side.
I mean, the meta has been very similar for the past like year or so. Been pretty boring in my opinion, but I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, OG and TSM, they're just pretty. They had a very good idea of what they wanted to play, and the heroes they had just fitted well. Like they had pretty much they had tri-cores. All their cores they scaled. There's no like 4 protect 1 guy or some like, they're sacrificial offlaner. They're both tri-core. That's pretty much the meta, and you just buy all these like, you buy this fucking Wraith packed item because it was just broken. Because it's just broken. This Wraith packed item is just stupid, and then everyone plays Storm Spirit. Everyone plays Pugna, all these random heroes. Like it's not like crazy. These teams, in my opinion, I like the meta is like whatever. In my opinion, these two teams, they just played as 5 as a team way better than the rest of the tournament. Like the rest of the other 12 teams, whoever there were. Their team fighting, their team fighting and their like decision making was just better than the rest. And that's why they're in the finals.
Is indeed a painful one for them, and there's actually a little treat left in their base from Aster, a award.
I mean, as of right now, he's gonna. We don't have any like boot camp options or anything. I mean, we're looking into. We're talking to sponsors, and hopefully we can get something. But as of right now, we're not boot camping. So until further notice, like he will probably play from Europe. But hopefully we get a sponsor soon, and he's able to play in LA.
Run him down through the mid lane, get the silence. Quincy Crew, no buyback.
I mean, shout outs to Shout outs to my team. Shout outs to all the fans that rooted for Quincy Crew this entire time. You know, shout outs to the fans who are happy for us to be back together. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
As the tier 4s will fall, Aster, how quickly things